All right, Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev. Okay, look, I made a reaction video and then I made another video just quickly pointing out the corruption that went down the 17th on fight night. But I decided, okay, I'm like, look, I need to make one more video and really get into it, okay? And really break it down, tell you what happened, what I think will happen, and everything in between. So first, let me start out by telling you this, and trust me, you guys are going to want to watch the video. Okay, it might be a little bit long, but I think this will be one of the most important videos that I put out ever, like hands down ever, because this is very important. Okay, the things I'm going to tell you, and you'll just watch. Okay, just do me that favor and watch the video. Okay, and one more disclaimer. This has nothing to do with race. I mean, in my mind, Andre Ward is like a white dude. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Back in 2014 or 2015, I thought he was like Puerto Rican. I really did. And it was actually another well-known boxing channel that told me he was half white and half black. I thought he was like Mexican, Puerto Rican. Yeah, my point is, I didn't know because I don't care. Okay, so for all the little trolls and idiots out there that want to make this about race, I mean, really, you're not doing boxing any favors. You're just making an idiot out of yourself, and and it has my look. The way I think has nothing to do with that. If anything, he's more white than black. So what is this, like white privilege? It's like these guys don't realize. These black dudes that come in here and think everybody's racist. They don't realize that Andre Ward's half white. So. I mean, it has enough, but I don't give a shit because it has nothing to do with that. But I want to throw that out there, okay? So, like I said, I've made a list of things that I feel that are very important that I pass on to you guys. Number one, to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, what an absolute embarrassment. I mean, look, they should be ashamed of themselves, okay? Their incompetence and and just their inability to do their jobs in an effective manner is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. I mean, look at the undercard. Okay, look at the Rigo fight. I mean, you had what the referee? What's his name? Drake. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. But running around, he didn't have a clue what to do. Not a damn clue what to do. I'm going to disqualify Rigo. Oh wait, no, I'm not. He's holding behind the head, knocks the guy out after the bell. Draculich, what's his name? What the fuck's his name? Draculich, can't remember. But anyway, the referee, didn't have a clue how to do his job. Okay, I'll get into that later. I'll make a whole separate video about that. So, and by the way, this will probably be like the last time I talk about this shit. Okay, but I want to say I would rather be on the side of Kovalev right now. Okay, because look, if Kovalev won the way Andre Ward won, I wouldn't ride with it. I mean, I'm sorry. I just, that's not the way a champion wins a fight. Okay, that's not a prideful way to win a fight. Or a respectful way to win. I mean, it's by default is what it is. Okay, it's, I mean, sorry, like I just wouldn't ride with it. That's just my own personal opinion. Okay? And I told everyone leading up to the fight, look, I told everyone the only way Andre Ward is going to win this fight is if there's a robbery again, or if there's some kind of corruption or incompetence or confusion or something, because it seems like everywhere Andre Ward goes, like just there's like this path of destruction and confusion and legal matters and problems and confrontations. Like wherever this guy goes, there's like all this turmoil and these big huge problems. It really is. I mean, look at his whole career. It's like his whole career is riddled with court cases and legal issues and these huge these big beefs that he has with this guy and that promoter and this guy. I mean, his whole career has been riddled with this shit. So like I said, if you guys want to roll with Andre Ward, that's fine. But I told everyone, this is the only way he wins, and I was right. So for people out there talking about, you got it wrong. No, I got it right. Okay, everything I said that would happen happened. Okay. Now, main event, they sent out an email, okay, and I've heard this from a couple of guys in press. They sent out an email that said, Sergey Kovalev TKO by low blows, okay? It's an email, like a press release that they send out, and they are filing a claim against the Nevada State Athletic Commission, basically against their actions, against, the referee Tony Weeks not doing his job, okay? And we'll get into that in a minute, and I'm going to explain to you guys what is a legal punch, what is not a legal punch. There's a lot of these fucking guys on YouTube that, I can tell they went and Googled shit real quick and they made a video, and now they think they're like an expert on what is and isn't a legal punch, so it's comical. Like, I've actually boxed before, I've actually had a referee talk to me and tell me what is and isn't legal, so, I'll explain it to you in a minute, okay? Coming from a boxer, okay? But like I said, main event, from what I've heard, and this could be rumor, and don't quote me on it, but apparently something's going to go down Tuesday. They're going to have some kind of meeting, some kind of phone call conference. I don't know what. Right now, it's rumor, okay? But apparently, they're trying to, they want people to be held accountable for this. From the beginning, main event, they said they wanted neutral judges, neutral officials, and they were told no every step of the way. And now it's clear why, because they needed an in-house team to pull this off. They needed a Tony Weeks and a Moretti and a Weisfeld and a Feldman. They needed an in-house crew to pull this shit off, okay? So I understand why they didn't want a third party. They didn't want outsiders coming into their circle. I get it now, okay? Which, was no surprise. I knew it before. But, I want to talk about one thing real quick. The press conference, okay? Now, during the press conference, Kathy Duva, the post-fight conference, okay, she comes up to the microphone and she's trying to talk, and she's trying to talk about how they're going to file, a grievance or a claim to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and all these people are booing and basically like drowning her out, yelling, booing, and it was Andre Ward and his friends, family, people like this. And this was at the post-fight interview. Okay, that is for press only, right? Now I know a lot of you guys probably haven't been to anything, like a press meeting event, whatever you want to call it, but I have been to many of them. I was just at one a couple of months ago with Canelo Chavez. Okay, so it's for press only. It's no different than when you're watching TV. And they got the White House and they got all the members of the press in the room and they're taking questions. So, but so apparently Andre Ward, gave out all these like press credentials to his friends, his homeboys and his family, and all this. It's like that, that's and with that badge, you can go ringside, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, it's a pass to do and go wherever you want. So what kind of crap is that? I mean, honestly, I've never seen another fighter do it. Now, maybe they might bring their wife along or, their kid, that kind of thing. But we're talking, 20 and 30 people, like an entourage with press credentials. I mean, so basically, that's 20 or 30, media people that couldn't get in to cover the fight because Andre Ward, because they're handing them out like free tickets. Like, oh, man, here, put this badge on. You're good to go anywhere. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I've never heard of this kind of shit, okay? I mean, seriously, like, it sounds unbelievable. All right, so... But like I said, Kathy Duva, she couldn't even speak because, they were all yelling over her, all these, press people, right? Which was basically his family and friends, okay? But the low blows. Look, the low blows started in round 2, okay? And he was warned, Andre Ward was warned one time, and one time only. Okay, Kovalev kept complaining to the referee, and Tony Weeks basically just said, no, keep fighting. You're not getting a break. No, just keep going. So Kovalev was basically pleading, and I'm going to try to rush through this. He was pleading with the referee over and over and over again, and I counted a total of 9 low blows throughout the fight. Okay, and again, I'm not. I'll talk about these other videos that are circulating right now, talking about Kovalev having custom-made trunks, and all these people are. Oh God, they know nothing about boxing. But we'll get into that in a minute. But and look, and here's the thing. Okay, Tony Weeks as a referee, he has an obligation, a duty. Okay, and he's trusted with a very sacred position, because Tony Weeks and Tony Weeks alone can end a fight. He can end a career. He can cost people millions of dollars. I mean, and he did. Okay, and he did it by not doing his job. Okay, he never, basically never penalized Andre Ward for going low, and he completely ignored the fact that he was going low. And now Tony Weeks is, from what I understand, and I'll show you a screenshot in a minute, he's apologizing, because he didn't call the low blows. So he's going to get investigated. Trust me, okay? And my problem, I have a problem with the low blows, but my biggest problem is why would he stop the fight like that? And we'll get into that in a minute too, okay? But no, he didn't do his job as a referee. He did not do his, just plain and simple, didn't do his job. There was no count, there was no warning, there was no communication from a referee to fighter, prior to stopping the fight. Nothing was done. The only thing he did was rush in there and stop the fight at the first given opportunity. That's all he did, okay? And again, I want to repeat, if this was Andre Ward, I would be telling you the same exact thing. I have a problem with the corruption and, these people shitting all over boxing. That's what I have a problem with. It isn't because Andre Ward is half black. I don't give a shit about that, okay? So, and if you guys leave any bullshit comments below like that, you're getting blocked. Plain and simple. And if you other guys hear about it, let me know, because you're getting blocked. So, enjoy it while it lasts, all right? I think Kovalev was mentally defeated. I think, like when he turned his back, he's basically like, I'm sick of this American political bullshit. I think, he had one foot in the ring, one foot out the door. It's like this guy is, punching me in the nuts over and over and over. I really do. I think, he was just mentally defeated. And I think that right hand, I said, even in my reaction video, I said, yeah, I think it hurt him, but not enough to stop the fight, okay? Not enough to make him quit. I think he was just mentally tired of this bullshit, and I think he could tell from that moment on. I think he knew, I'm getting robbed. They're going to let this guy continue to cheat, and fuck it. And then, and I'll get to the stoppage in a minute, okay? And I'm not saying that I think, that he wanted to quit. I just think that he just kind of gave up. Like he just, fuck, I'm sick of this shit, And that's what I think happened. Now, a lot of people are saying that Kovalev, should have fought back, dirty, right? Fight fire with fire. And I agree. If I was Kovalev, I would have walked out there, wound up the biggest uppercut. I'm talking like Bolo style. Boom, right in the fucking dick. That's what I would have done. Or headbutt his ass, split his fucking eye open. That's what Kovalev should have done. And in my prediction video, I said, if Andre Ward fights dirty, Kovalev needs to get ugly. Ugly. Like, do not leave your legacy in the hands of the judges. Do not leave your fight in the hands of this corrupt referee. If you do, you might as well quit. You might as well just hang it up and go home. I said I called it the classic mistake. I said, do not make the classic mistake. You cannot rely on these corrupt officials. You can't do it. And unfortunately, it's boxing is not like baseball or football, like you have the Tom Brady thing and Deflategate or whatever. Unfortunately, boxing is not like that. And, there's like a higher authority that can come down. Well, there is, but it's rare that anything like that ever happens. So, but look, one thing I want to get into real quick, okay, is this was the thumbnail on the video. This guy's, basically saying, Kovalev's belt is up to his chest and Andre Ward's, is way down to his belly button or whatever. But what he did was he took a screenshot at the moment where his trunks rode up a little bit and Andre Ward's rode down a little bit. If you go watch or look at any of the other pictures that I just showed you, both of their trunks are at the same exact spot, right below the bottom of their rib cage. Now, what is a low blow? Okay, a low blow is if your glove goes even 1 inch below the belt line. What is the belt line? The belt line is basically, the spandex part that holds up the trunks, the flexible part up top. That's your belt line. Okay. Now, when they if it goes below, and they're talking about, and it depends. A lot of belt lines they're different. The width is a little bit different on different belts, but and they go over this in the dressing room. Okay, like on Kovalev, see right where it says Crusher back here. It'd probably be like at the bottom of that U or whatever. Tony Weeks will tell Andre Ward what is and isn't low. That kind of what's legal and what's not legal. So. But regardless, like I said, 7, 8, 9 punches were clearly low, and there were a lot of punches that were questionable. That you could argue were low, but if any part of your glove goes below the belt line, it is a low blow. I mean, that's what the rule book says. Okay. And for these idiots out here talking about, Kovalev had his trunks, custom made, so they'd ride high. And, oh my God. Every boxer has their trunks custom made like that. I mean, you fucking idiot, man. It's just like these people, it's like they know nothing. Look, every boxer will typically wear their trunks up a little high, but like I said, it doesn't even matter. Like, your whole argument is irrelevant because the referee determines what is and isn't low. Okay, ultimately, now the rules say it's below the belt line, but the referee determines where that line in the sand is. Okay, so your argument, you need to delete that video because it's just stupid and makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, now Tony Weeks, now a lot of people are saying this is fake. Okay, let me get it on here. I stopped the fight due to Kovalev not protecting himself. Had I saw the shots were low, I would not have stopped the fight. My mistake. I am being criticized a lot unjustly. I have watched the replay and have to admit I was wrong. I missed a low blow from Ward. Now, a lot of people are saying it's fake, but what I've heard is Tony Weeks he came out on Twitter and basically said this might be it or something damn close to it, and then it was taken down. That's what I've heard, and then he did the same thing on Facebook, and again, it was taken down. Now, immediately after the fight, I watched a live chat, a live film study, and this was a pro Andre Ward channel, okay? And they wanted to know, was it low, was it not low? And yet they ruled, indeed. There was I think they gave them 4 or 5 that were actually low. Okay, and especially at the end when he threw 3 hooks right to the balls, boom, 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 low, low, low. So, and again, my problem is more that Tony Weeks didn't do his job, okay? That's really more of my problem. Why didn't Tony Weeks do his job? Why didn't he count? Why didn't he communicate? Okay, so look, and I'm going to show you this real quick, too. I'm going to try to run through the rest of it. I want to keep it at around 20, 21 minutes, but I've got so much more to tell you. See, this is what I was trying to say. I have to rush through these videos, but anyway, right here, I heard there was around 7,000 people in attendance at the Mandalay Bay. Now, that's crazy. And these pictures you're looking at here, these are from people on Facebook that are in my group, my boxing group, that were actually at the fight. And they're like, man, this place is empty. This shit's empty. I mean, look at this. I mean, look, this guy, I am in the arena, and this place is half empty. And this was right before the main event. Okay, this isn't during the undercards or the preliminaries. This is right before the main event. I mean, look at this shit. These are empty seats. You're like, look at this. I mean, that's crazy to me. Okay, now, and even with Rock Nation, like, Rock Nation, they just lost Cotto, paid Cotto a ton of fucking money, right? And now Cotto's gone, and now they have Andre Ward. Well, guess what? Look, people do not like Andre Ward. You know who likes Andre Ward? It's typically, the Mayweather fans, the guys that they just think that everybody's racist and blah blah. It's typically that crowd of people. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. I mean, people, from what I can tell, the following that Andre Ward has are people that constantly pull the race card. And unjustifiably, like for no reason at all. Like the video I'm doing right now will be labeled as a racist video. And it's such a weak, pathetic argument. Like, I truly feel sorry for these people. But let me get back into it. The power, okay? The power. Where in the hell did that power come from? Where did Andre Ward get that power? I mean, seriously, like, you go back to his career, and he's not a power puncher. Where did this power emerge from? Like, what the hell? Like, to hurt a granite chin Kovalev? Like, where did this power come from? Like, seriously, like, what are they doing in their training camp? Like, what it's just, hey, I'm not going to throw out the PED allegations, but there was a lot of talk leading up to the fight. I made a video about it, and other channels, showed videos of his acne on his back and all the problems they had with VADA. Why was he so reluctant to answer any questions about testing? He bit the reporter's head off during the conference call, during the phone call. He bit his head off. It just he was really testy. Like, where did this power come from, right? That's one question, because we know that Andre Ward, I mean, he's not a heavy hitter. Okay. Now, question number 2. What if the referee, Tony Weeks, what if he would have given Kovalev the customary, 3, 4, 5 minutes to recover from a low blow? Okay. What would have happened? I think whenever Kovalev went down, he was basically saying, hey, I'm getting low blowed. I need time. That's what I think happened. And also, and I know a lot of you have probably already clicked off by now, but whenever he got caught with that big shot, it was right after a low blow. So I think he finally went down and said, look, I need time to recover from the low blow. Like, I'm getting hit. I'm getting rocked. This is bullshit. And I think that's what it was. Okay. And I really do. I honestly do. I mean, could you imagine if, say the referee stopped the fight, you got the Anthony Joshua and the Vladimir Klitschko fight. What if the referee would have stopped that fight when Anthony Joshua went down? Do you see my point? You don't stop a fight just because someone is hurt, okay? Now, if they're out on their feet or they're telling you, no, I do not want to continue, then you stop it. But there wasn't any communication. He ran over there, pulled Andre Ward aside, and waved it off. Like, do you understand what I'm telling you? I've never seen that done in boxing without any communication whatsoever. He didn't evaluate Kovalev. He did nothing. And, and I think, like I said, I think Kovalev finally just had enough. And he's like, look right here. He hits him 1, 2, 3 times right in the balls. Like, when he's on the ropes, like, he's already hurting from a low blow. And then he goes over there and jacks him 3 more times in the nuts. Like, it's literally knockout by fucking nut shot. Like, seriously, like, it really is. Like, so, I mean, there's just so many issues. And look, here, let's talk about the scorecards real quick. You got Dave Moretti, okay, and I believe Feldman, okay, had it 4-3 Andre Ward. Basically, 4 rounds to Andre Ward, 3 to Kovalev. Like, how the hell did they have Andre Ward winning 4 rounds? Like, how? I had him winning the first round. Even. You could probably argue it either way, but I edged it to Kovalev. But I had him winning rounds 4 and 7. That's it. I'm talking about Andre Ward. I had him winning round 4 and round 7. But yet they had him winning 4 rounds. Now Weisfeld, the rep or the judge that I like, had it 5 rounds to 2. Sergey Kovalev. That was the correct score going into the 8th round. So, and of course, CompuBox and all press row, everybody had Kovalev winning going into the 8th round. But, after 9 or 10 dick shots, he needed a break. The fight gets called off. He took a big right hand because he was more worried about getting punched in the dick. It is, and then the rest is history. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, the rest, okay? So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll leave it at that right there. I just wanted to get it all out there. I wanted to just get it all in one video because I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Now I want to, if anything happens with, with main event filing, then I'll let you guys know. If I hear anything like that, they're talking about trying to get it turned over to like a no contest or something like that. Because, I mean, look, if this isn't corruption, what is? I mean, what is? And again, I don't care that it's Andre Ward and Kovalev. I don't give a shit, okay? I mean, I cannot repeat that enough. It's the corruption. Look, as a boxing fan, like, I'm not going to put my name on this shit. As a reporter, I'm not going to spend my life and my time and my money and my dime, covering this garbage. If it's turning into WWE, next thing you know, look, you're gonna have Canelo's gonna walk out with Gennady Golovkin's wife, right? And then you're gonna see Golovkin running down the aisle with a metal chair and go, oh, I'm gonna hit you. This shit's turned. It is getting so corrupt that it's almost comical. It's getting so corrupt that it almost seems staged and made up like WWE. That's my point. So look, I'm going to leave it at that. But let me show you one last thing, and this will tell me if you guys really watched the full video. The new Andre Ward Speed Bag is on sale currently $19.99. Just hit me up if you want a link, and I'll tell you guys where you can get one of these for your very own.